Okay, good morning students. Shall we start our new section? Last year you already studied the basics of Python programming. Today we are discussing the basis also. In our online class we are studying the chapter 1, the basis of programming language. So we are going to the revisions of chapter 1. So what is mean by data type? You already studied data types. What is a data type? Data type means type of your data. In your Python there are main 5 or 6 main data types. One is int, that is referring for integer, float representing the decimal values, that is your data type. For decimal values we using float data type, for numerical values we using integer. We already discussed these things. That means string, tuples, list, dictionaries are also a data type in your Python programming. So we are discussing these two, integer and the floating point. Already we discussed the data type. So today we are discussing only one data type, that is the string data type. String means what? String means it is a sequence of characters. Sequence of characters is called as string. For representing string, it is for inputting the string, this is a default value. String is the default value for an inputting function. For representing the integer, we use int as your data type with inputted values. For floating point value, we use float input function. But in the case of string, string is the default of input function. Let's see an example with string. String means sequence of characters are called as string. Here we can see that here name equal to Python. This is our string. String is here, the string is Python. The strings are denoted in single quotes, double quotes or triple quotes. String should be denoted in single quotes, double quotes or triple quotes. So this string is assigning to a variable as name. This string Python is assigning to a variable name. The name contains the string. So string means it is a sequence of characters. In Python it is stored as single characters for continuous location. It is stored as individual characters at continuous or contiguous location. How we locate or how we store this in our memory? We can see that. Here we can allow each individual characters can be allowing. It can be allowing or it can be locating in each memory. Here this is your variable. So name assigning. This Python is assigning to a variable as name. So this name contains how it's stored in your memory. It is stored in this way. In memory, this Python is stored in this way. It is stored as individual characters in continuous location. So by locating this way, we have indexing given. That is, its location is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is assigning that P is in the 0th index, Y is in the 1 index, T is in the 2nd index, and so on. This is termed as forward indexing. This term is called as forward indexing. In another way is called as backward indexing. So we written as here -1. It is the location n is in -1 index, O is in -2, H is in -3, -4, -5 up to -6. This is termed as backward indexing. Backward indexing. So string elements are stored in two ways, that is forward direction and backward direction. And forward direction, the index is starting from 0 to size -1. In backward direction, it should start from -1 to minus size of the string. You understand? Okay. So its range is starting from, index is starting from 0 to size -1 for forward direction. For backward direction, it is starting from -1 to size. -1 to size. Size means your length of the string. Length of the string, we can find out that length of string. This is your syntax of length function. So we are using finding, you have to find the length of the string means you have to use this syntax, length of string. Here your string is name. Your string is Python, that is assigned in a variable that is called as name. So your length of that variable is name is count the number of characters in the string. That is the length of this string. Here you can Python is your string. You have to count its individual characters from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the length of the string. So you have to count how many characters in that string. That is your length of the string. So backward direction, it is -1 to minus size. -1 to minus size. And forward direction, it starts from 0 to size -1. So next we have to see that in string we cannot assigning an item to a string. Assigning is not possible in string. Once we are assigning, we cannot assign another values to the same string. Let's see an example. Here your string is hello. String is your hello. Hello is stored in, the string is stored in a variable as name. We cannot assigning an item to a string. Name of 0 is, 0th location of the variable is h. Name of 0 means, so your string is stored like this way, HELLO, that is location is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and backward direction -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Here name of 0 means name of, this is the string, so this is name. Name of 0 means 0th location, it is the character h is stored. Name of 0 equal to h. Name of 1 means, name of 1 means the location of 1 is E. Location of 1 is E. Like that way, name of 4 means, name of 4 means its value is O. Its value is O. These are all already we are stored. Once we are already stored, we cannot change its value. Its value cannot change. Now name of 0 equal to P. Here name of 0 means it's, we can assigning another value to 0th location. Name of 0 equal to P means the string cannot allow any changes for its each element part. It does not allow any other items. Once it is stored like this way, we cannot change its value. So string is called as immutable data types. We cannot modify its value. That is called as immutable data types. We already studied mutable and immutable data types. Mutable means modifiable or changeable data. Here string means it is an unmutable. We cannot modify its value. Once we already stored in your variable, we cannot change its elements, we cannot change. Once we are already done, we cannot change its value. Name of 0 means the 0th location should be given to value h. If we assign another value, it is not possible in the case of a string. So you understand this? Next is traversing a string. Traversing a string. That means traveling from one element to another. Traversing a string. Traversing. Traversing to a string. Let's see an example. Here, chord equal to powerful. So we given a variable as chord. Your string is powerful. If you want to travel from your string, means you have to travel from each element at a time. You have to travel from 1 to up to L. We have to travel from P to L. At a time we can travel only one element. So we repeating the same step, you have to be repeated. Same step. Once we are going to P, we have to go to another element, that is O. Then we have to go to W. Then after that we have to go to E up to L, we have to travel. So we use which loop we have to use? For loop is using. For loop is using for traveling from one element to another element. For repeating the same step, we use these loops. For example, we can see that your syntax is while traveling from one element to other means you have to use this syntax. That is for loop that we have to use. For any variable you have to use. For any variable. For it's A in chord. For A in chord, so use this colon. For A in chord means for loop. You have to travel from each element. That A is the value for each element. First you have to travel P, then you have to travel O, then travel W up to L. We use A. A is your variable traveling from one element to another. That A in chord. For A in chord, what we have to do? For A in chord, print A, print A, tilde, end equal to. So we can see the example with example. Chord equal to powerful. Chord equal to powerful. This is a string. This string is assigning to a variable chord. If you want to traveling from one element to another, we use for loop. For any variable A in chord means A in powerful. Chord, we get the value in chord. Powerful is stored in chord. So we have to travel from for any element in A in chord. Firstly, we have to travel from one element, that is print A. Print A means you get the value as P. Then we can see that you have to print this tilde also you have to print. Tilde also you have to print. Then same loop should be repeated up to, you have to go from L. Then we have to go for, if now its value of A is O. That you have to print. O you have to print. Then there is a tilde also you have to print. Tilde also you have to print. Then same step you have to repeat it. Now A's value is W. W is here. Print W. Then there is a tilde here. Tilde also you have to print. Then same step you have to repeat. Now the value of A is E. E tilde. Then now the value is R. Then tilde. Now the value of A is F. tilde, also print up to L tilde. This is the output of this code. This is the output of this code. Here powerful is stored in a variable. So if you want to traveling from one element to another element, we use the for loop. For A in code, print A, then there is tilde also we given only that. So we get the output as P tilde or tilde up to L we have to get, then tilde also print with its following value. Next is string operators. String operators. Mostly strings use two main operators, string operators. String operators. First operator is plus. Plus means concatenating the strings. If we want to concatenating two strings, we use the operator is plus symbol. If the string 1 is hello and string 2 is world. String 2 is world. If you want to concatenating these two strings means you have to join these two strings. String 1 plus string 2 means string 1 plus string 2 means you have to concatenating these two strings. You get the output as hello world. Hello world. This is the output by using this plus symbol, plus operator. Next operator is star operator. Star operator. Star. Star means if you want to replicate the same string, we use star operator. Star operator. If the string is hello, if the string is hello, and how many times you want to repeat the same step means you repeat the same string means if you want to repeat 3 times, we use string star 3. So the string is repeated in 3 times. So its output is hello, hello, hello. 3 times you have to repeat. So the operands are one is string and another is a numerical numbers. If your operands are one is a string and another one is a numerical value, then you get the string in this format. You have to repeat the same string 3 times. You have to repeat the same string in 3 times. So next one is membership operator. Membership operators. Membership operators. Membership means what? Whether that string is in or not in. 2 main operators are in and not in. In and not in are the 2 main membership operators. Here we can see an example. String equal to in membership operator you can see that you get true values, 2 boolean values you get, that is true and false value. That means if in operator's case, if the string or a substring is in that string, you get the value that you get is true value only. In the case of a not in case, if the string or its substring are not in that string, you get a true value. Okay, we can see an example. String is equal to hey, whether that A in hey. A in hey means your string A is in another string HA. Here we can see that A is in hey. So its value return as true. Its value is return as true. Next another example, Jap in hey. Here there is no string related to with this string. Here Jap is not in here, so it returns value as false. In not and not in case, its value return as true or false value, that is Boolean value is 0 or 1 value, that is true or false value is returning in the case of membership operators. Okay, we can wind up today's class. Thank you all.